Guys, this ain't a good one. This ain't good news, baby. This really ain't good news. So, first off, match bingo, everybody. There's a link in description if you want it. Happy days. We all know how it works. I'll get into it a little bit more later on, but Jesus Christ. Barnsley, right. So there's some good and some bad. There's some good and some bad. We're just going to get straight in there. Okay, there's some good and some bad. Mainly bad, which we'll talk about. But, well, you know what? We'll start with good news, shall we? We'll start with the good news. Obviously, we've got a lot of centre-backs at this club. We've gone from playing a 5-back for a long time now. You know, we've been recruiting for a 5-at-back for year after year, and it's never suited us once. We've been shit every single year that we've done it. Apart from, to be fair, when we got Championship players, we were playing a 5-at-back, but that was just ultimate. We had 3 going forward and now. Do you know what I mean? We still had wingers. Is the point I'm trying to make. So we're now in a transitional period where we've got to change a lot of the centre halves that we've got. That are all shit, by the way. We've got to change a lot of the centre halves that we've got. We haven't got any wingers, and we've got to do a complete merry-go-round, getting rid of all these centre-halves and bringing in wingers. So when I'm about to tell you, bloody hell, it ain't good, boys. Oh my goodness me, it ain't good. But regardless, we've got a lot of centre-backs currently at this club. Ignore the fact that this says that they're going out, because they're not going out. The transfers in the players that we've had back on loan, Jack Shepherd and Lapata are both back on loan. We spoke about that before. Like, Shepherd's going to come straight in and play, like 100%. Definitely going straight in and playing. Lapata might be a squaddy. Earl's probably going to play, but Digivigne's crap and Roberts is crap. Trying to find clubs that are willing to buy any of the players that we've got is impossible, because the recruitment for fucking years, pardon my French, has been dog shit. The recruitment for a long time has been absolutely crap. So we're limited in what we can do because we've got 5 centre-backs on books. Yeah, you can play Earl left back, but we've got 5 centre-backs on books. We can't get rid of any of them because no one's going to buy them. Maybe we can flog somebody like Lapata or Shepherd if we really wanted to, but it looks like there's only half decent one through middle. I'm assuming Earl's going to play left back to start with because Dent's injured. So, we will start with good news first. Sonny Bradley looks very likely that it's coming in. Yay! Good news, yes! Finally! Little bit of joy. All glory to the big man. Thank God. Jesus, Dickie Bird will be gassed. We've got an half-decent player. We've got an half-decent player, apparently. It's not actually announced yet. So I don't want to get too giddy because I know what this club's like and I know what we can do. He'll get lost in post or something. He's going to slip through his fingers somehow. Something's going to happen. I just know it is. And we're going to lose him. But apparently, Sonny Bradley is very likely to be in. Very, very likely to be in. Do I ever wear a different top? Shut your mouth. This is a Barnsley related live, and I own a washing machine. Sonny Bradley, I don't think you could get much better at centre half for this league, is what I would say. And I've seen before I started this, by the way, I saw Barnsley fans on Twitter moaning that we're getting older players in this squad. You know, for years on end, only thing that Barnsley fans moaned about was that it were a young squad and we needed some experience. We saw the impact that Solbauer had next to Mads and Ellick at time. It turned them into like completely new players. We got huge sales on both of them. A bit of experience in middle or defence can seriously do something for you. And I think Sonny Bradley could do that for us, man. I think Sonny Bradley could do that for us. People want to talk about, and I'm going to get into some other like top teams transfers later on in this live, but people are really gassed about, like, for example, Joe Lowe going from Wickham to Huddersfield on a free transfer. This bloke went to Wickham in January, Sonny Bradley, and put Joe Lowe on bench. It was Sonny Bradley and Caleb Taylor for majority of games in second half of the season for Wickham. He put Joe Lowe on the bench. This guy is a leader. He will go to war. And every single time that I've seen this bloke play against us, he's mint. He does my head in. I've wanted him for years. I wanted him when he was at Luton. He's such a good player. Very good player. He's still got it. We've got to remember what league we're in, boys. We're not thinking long term. He's 33. If he does come in, it's going to be on like a 1-2 year deal. It's just to get us out of this league and then bring somebody else in for when you're in Championship. We can't buy Championship level players in League One. Otherwise, we'd beat Championship, wouldn't we? Like, people saying his legs have gone. Grow up, man. He were really good at Wickham second half of season. He were really, really good at Wickham second half of season. And I, for one, am happy if this is a signing that gets over the line. I, for one, am happy. He's 10 years older than Joe Lowe. That's completely fine. And Joe Lowe, in time, is going to be a Championship standard defender. But for right here and now, Sonny Bradley is better than Joe Lowe is. So if you're to sell me, right, from a Barnsley perspective, your defence is crap. Your defence is absolutely terrible. It's most goals we've ever conceded in third tier in one season. Ever. In its entire history. Right? If you'd said to me, we're going to buy best defender in League 2 by a mile in Jack Shepherd, who's, 24 years of age, and he's going to be on a low wage. We're going to sign him, and we're going to sign Sonny Bradley to play next to him, who is a top League 1 centre-half. I, for one, would shake your todger, thank you very much. I think that is a considerable upgrade on what we had. Not that it can be like, it couldn't get much worse, in fairness, but I think it's a considerable upgrade on what we've already had. Personally. Zach, thank you very much for the $2, man. Thank you very much. League 2 tour, star emoji. Give us DKD and 10 mil for Archie C. Please, love you. I'm going to get into your boys in a bit because I've had some info on another player that Barnsley linked with, which we will look at very shortly. But thank you very much, Zach, for the 2. Appreciated. Thank you kindly. Ross, again, thank you very much, mate. Have you had a greatest day, mate? Mate, I'm having a good one. I'm having a good one. I'm sure it could get a lot better. If Barnsley actually want to come out and announce something, that'd be fantastic. But as for now, I'm still doing quite good. I'm still doing quite good, mate. Thank you, Ross. Appreciated. Sadie, thank you very much. Welcome to the Goods. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Sadie. Appreciated. Red badge now? Shit. What's the thing that I said that time? Household name. That's the one. Holy shit. I ain't pressed any ads. Sorry. Appreciate it. Sadie. Thank you very much. Ross, Zach. Cheers, boys. Love you all. Kiss. Right. Next. Zach, thoughts? Thoughts? Well, I think with a Fleetwood player, well, it better be that Wirradu, centre half. Rather than put 200 grand in for him, didn't they? Embarrassing. Jed Steer looks highly likely to be another one that is through the door. 2 players we've actually signed something. It's just, it makes a change from the usual depressing ass. Does it not? Like, all we've known for the longest is just pure dog shit. Finally, there's some half-decent players. I ain't even pressed the add button, I swear, on God's green earth. Guys, on all that is holy, I have not pressed the add button, I promise you. I was going to press it now, but because people are moaning, I'm not going to. I swear down on my life, I've not pressed it. Guys, believe me! Steer, let me get this. Someone sent me a message. Someone that I've done work for before, who's also a Peterborough fan. Let me just look at this quickly, the message that he sent me, because it were giving me the rundown on Jed Steer, and I don't want to take Zach's word for it, because it's embarrassing, and he just lies to me all the time. Jed Steer, apparently, very short compared to most goalkeepers, struggles to reach shots in corners. It can even go over his head occasionally, and apparently he's been a number 2 for the majority of his career, and it shows in his confidence. But at the same time, good personality. His catching's very good. Good with his hands. Can flap, but not a lot to say he's a small lad. Very composed with his feet. Can play it out front back well. Good with penalties. Like, can time waste. You know what I mean? It's something. And at the age that he is, 32, and if he is used to being a number 2 for the majority of his career, I think that paves the way quite well for Flav, who is going to be, long-term, the keeper for us. Flav, Barnsley lad, he turned down some sides in summer for us. He's a Barnsley fan. He knows what he wants, man. He wants to be number 1 for the Reds. He's our Luke Steele. He's going to be with us for a long, long time. At 19, he's got a long career in front of him. He's got the build for it. He's a good lad. Sound like Keno. But Steer for short term, again, these are 2 players, both of these, that are just stopgaps to try and get us out. We've just got to get out of this shit league. And I think bringing in players back into the career that have got a lot of experience. Yeah, they've got no resale value, but they've also cost us not coming in. That should, mate, the majority of League 1 and 2 transfers are frees. The majority are frees. So, both are back into the career, both aged, both experienced. But it's good players for this division that can hopefully just get us out. The short-term appointments. We've got a very young squad. We've probably got one of, I would imagine we've got probably the youngest squad in the league. Maybe, in fact, maybe Reading. Reading could have it over us instead. But we've got to be up there for youngest squad, especially when you're bringing back like Jürgen Nathan, there's Jallo, Bland, Flav. There's loads of them. So bringing in this experience to help them, it can only be a good thing, I think. But them 2 will look like they're more or less done. Both Jed Steer and Sonny Bradley. Now, that's the good bit. Time for some depression. Guys, in fact, no, this is actually a good thing. This is a good thing. I've got Max Watters on screen because I can imagine him being moved on. in case you don't know, I'm hashtag in the know with certain things. And players have been told, from what I know, the players have been told that a striker is coming in. I don't know who, I don't know where, I don't know why, but a striker is very likely to come in. It's what the players have been told. I were asking about, like, oh my God, defenders, please, possibly defenders, and players didn't know anything about that. But this is something that is happening. I'd assume Max White is going to be on his way out, unless Dunny's sold as well. But we are getting a striker in. What the thing is value, mate. I know he's not worth 400 grand, believe me. But I'm just going off what his transfer market is. 400 bags is what his transfer market is. He's either going to go out on loan, maybe to, like, I don't know, like a Mansfield or something, or we might be able to bag 200 grand for him. But we're going to make a loss on him because we paid 300, I think, for him. I think it might be Jatta. I hope it's Jatta. Believe me, mate. I really hope it's Jatta. Believe you me. Joseph, thank you for £2, mate. Don't you feel bad doing your part to relegate PUFC? No, we've done it before and I'll do it again. Us and Huddersfield, mate. We're going to, last game of the season, we'll pass it right back doing this. Again, we'll have you again. Cheers, Joseph. Sorry, mate. League 2 tour, like away days and that. Be a right laugh. No? Be a right laugh. Honestly, I get excited by the thought that potentially Barnsley could go bust. At some point, we might go bust. But starting from 10th tier upwards, happy days. You just win league like 8 years in a row. Be a right crack. Where we're going this week, or just at street across road. That'd be a right laugh, that. We're not interested in Jatta anymore. Hurrian don't want him anymore. Attitude's not great. See, that's a problem with a lot of players that we've got, though, which is also why there's not big links to some of our players, because attitude on some of them honks dick, allegedly. So not really surprising. Hurrian wants a certain type of boy, like Dunn is. And Waters is a good lad. I'm sure he's a good lad. I met him in Burger King after Peter away, actually. I was driving back and we met him in there. My dad's got a photo of him. He got injured and had to come up. I don't know why I'm telling you this. But regardless. Yeah. I could see Waters being on his way out. But that's not the only thing, boys. That's not the only thing. It could be happening. It could be happening. The best source I have, right? Like the absolute best one. I've got lads all over the place, nightclub. Don't worry, guys. I know things from everywhere. I literally know what Dunn's favourite sandwich is. I know everything. And the best source that I have told me that a couple days ago, big old fella come in for Dunn. I don't know whether the bid has actually gone to the club yet. I don't know whether the bid has gone to the club. But Dunn himself knows that there's something there. Somebody's coming in for him. The positive thing is, because of what Dunn is, Dunn don't want to leave. And I know you might think this is me, like, absolutely, I'm gaslighting myself, I'm delusional beyond belief, which, don't get me wrong, I am. But Dunn does not want to leave. He's on a decent wage in this division. He's not going to want to go further south, is he? Which is more than likely where it's going to be. You can't go much further north than Barnsley, can you? And Sunderland aren't going to come and buy him in Premier League, and he's a Sunderland fan. So I just hope we don't shoehorn him out, but I know it's a big bid. I don't know if it's gone to club yet or if it's just to agent or what, but there is something coming with it done. It's massive. It's stupidly big, the bid, to a point where I would assume that club are going to try and shoehorn him out, which is sad. And if this were Football Manager, bro, and we're all living in doo-doo land, that Lulu land, whatever the chuffing phrase is, if we were going to get, say, 5 million quid and then spend, even 3 million quid, you can take a little bit of brass owners and run off. Happy days. I don't know who the club is. I literally don't know who the club is. I don't know who it is. I didn't get that far. But I don't know who the club is. The problem is that if we get 5 million quid, we might spend 500 grand. That is the problem with Barnsley and his ownership at minute. Especially when you look at like MK Dons and Wickham, absolute minuscule poxy clubs, 7 folk that go and watch them every week. Barnsley fans that sit there and say, well, why would someone come and buy us? Why would someone come and buy us and spend loads of money? You know, when Shenley and these boys come in at time, we were richest owners in EFL by a mile. We were worth like 7 billion quid. People will buy you. You've just got to get lucky with one that wants to spend some brass on you. That's all it comes down to. Wickham are spending good money, which we're going to come and look at in a minute, by the way. Wickham are spending good money. MK Dons are about to spend 800 grand on Aaron Collins. That's going to be like effectively more than everything we're going to spend all season. I'm assuming it's a Southern side, but I don't. That's why I don't. I think he don't want to leave. Well, he don't want to leave. He said they don't want to leave, but I don't see it, how it. If it were a Northern side, I think he'd be more likely to go. He's still apparently he's still in the same house from when he were at Mansfield, so it's just long. It's just long. I don't know where the club is, but I'd assume it's someone from down south, but I don't know where it is. But there is a big bin that's gone in for Dunn. We've just got to be hopeful that, at the end of the day, it's his decision, isn't it? Like, obviously, whoever's going to come in are probably going to double his wages at least. It's going to be a championship side, you'd think. Alfie May said he didn't want to leave Charlton last season. That's fair, but if someone's going to he went to like 20 grand a week nearly, didn't he, Alfie May? Know what I mean? If there's that much money in front of him, obviously he's going to be more inclined to take it. But club can only do so much to try and shoehorn him out. If he is serious and he wants to stay, there's not much club can do to get rid of him. I just hope it doesn't happen. If you're under decent owners, £5 million is a fair price for Davis Gilligan. He's comfortable, one of the best players in division easily. He's on a long contract. We've got no reason to sell really, because we keep reducing wages all the time. Well, it's just as owners in the absolute twats. But regardless, there is a big bid that's gone in for Dunn. People are guessing who it is. I don't know. I literally don't know who it is. It's not going to be a League One side, for God's sake. And the thing is, it's not going to be someone like, it's not going to be a newly promoted. Well, it could be. It's not going to be Charlton. I don't think it's going to be QPR. When was the last time these boys spent £5 million on one player? Charlton have got to spread the money all over the place. Millwall aren't going to spend £5 million on one bloke. I'm sorry. Not DKD, I wouldn't have thought. It might be like, it could be a Wrexham. It could be Wrexham. But I just don't know. Honestly, boys, I don't know. If I knew, I'd tell you. Do you know what I mean? Joseph, thank you for £2, mate. Appreciated. What clubs would you say fares if he went to? Wrexham or Birmingham? If it's one of them and he's going to go from £5 grand a week, say, if that's what he's got, 4 or 5 grand a week at Barnsley to 20, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Actually, fair enough. But just, it's sad, man. It's sad, but it's going to be a fat old wedge. Whoever it is that's coming for him, it's going to be a fat old wedge. Cheers, Joseph. Appreciate it, mate. But boys, you think that's guys? You think that's the only bad news? £5 million no chance. We got £4 million for Liam Kitchen in this same shit league. So if we're selling Davis Gilligan, it's £5 million at least. This is not the only bad news, boys. This is not the only bad news. To my vastly superior knowledge, Humphries is not staying at Barnsley. Fucking shit. And you know when you see the teams that we're linked with? Oh! Stephen Humphries is apparently leaving. It's going to be... Well, it is for money reasons. It is for money reasons. Barnsley have obviously gone on cheap, trying to undercut him massively, hoping that no championship sides are coming in for him, which they're not. The most embarrassing thing is that it's not a championship side that he's going to go to. And I don't know who the clubs are. I know some that it ain't. It's not. To be fair, this might change. My source might be pulling the biggest funny of all time. If tomorrow Stephen Humphries signs, and I've been told wrong all this time, I will tip my hat, young man, because you can't get a better winger in this league than him. On a free as well. Jesus. You can't get a better winger in this league for free. It's not possible. It is literally not possible. But I know it's not Huddersfield. I questioned a lot of teams. It's not Huddersfield. It's not Wigan. I thought it could have potentially gone back there. But it's neither of them. It's not Cardiff. It's not Huddersfield. It's obviously not Bolton, because I don't like them. But yeah, it's wild. But apparently I got told that Wickham and Mansfield are two that are going in for him, because they're offering more money than we are. Do you know, has that come out my mouth? Wickham and Mansfield in League One can offer more money per week than Barnsley can. What we doing? What the hell we doing? We're getting... Wickham you can sort of understand because they've got some humongous owners that are chucking shitloads of brass here. If we, the fact that we could lose to anybody, you know, if we were going to lose him to like, even if it were Huddersfield or Bolton, you could sort of understand it because like the bigger clubs than us, do you know what I mean? Like Wickham and come on. Last 5 games, you actually put him on in his position on wing. He's got 5 goals in his last 5 starts. And if we can lose this bloke to some of these sides in this division, I seriously, I worry about us for long term. We've never paid good wages. As long as I've been going to football games, when did Crines take over? My first season was 2007. That was my first season ticket, 2007, 2008. I've gone every year since, apart from one in COVID. And every single year, we have paid shit wages. I think the record we offered before Urian went to Villa. Bear in mind we're in Championship and we were like in playoffs at time in January. I think we offered Urian, I think about 14 grand a week, and that was the highest wage ever offered to a Barnsley player. I think they did same with Mowat when he were going to leave on a free to when he were going to free to West Brom. Maybe it could be a Blackpool, it could be anybody. But the fact that we are going to lose Stephen Humphrys to a sideways move at max is just so sad for state of this current club. Because as far as a winger goes in this division, I'm telling you, you just can't. You can't get a better one than this, man. You can't. You absolutely can't. Look, _ thank you very much for the 11 euros, brother. Appreciate it massively. I know a good winger for Barnsley. Byron Bergening. I thought, you know, when I was reading that out, then I thought you were going to bait me into saying something crazy. Just look at the stats on Transfer Market, and also if you say Barnsley got promoted in prediction video, I will buy a Sheffield Wednesday shirt for you. Well, you better get your pocket out, mate, because we could literally have 11 dossers, and I would still say that we're going up. I would still say it, man. You know I would. I'll look at Byron Bergering after the stream. I promise you, I'll look at it after the stream. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Legend. Uta! Thank you very much. Hi, Callum. Do you think Charlton will get Galbraith? Well, they've rejected 1.5 million quid, haven't they? So, if you're pushing 2, Charlton going to drop 2 million quid on one player when you've only just got promoted and you've got to spread it across a big squad? I doubt it. But who knows? It depends what your owners have got, doesn't it? Because I wouldn't have thought that Oxford would have spent as much as they did in summer. But who knows, man? Honestly, who knows? But I appreciate it, man. Thank you. UTA, look. Thank you very much, boys. But yeah, Humphrys, long day. Long day. Yeah, we've not broke his transfer record since we got to Premier League. We've not spent more than £2 million on a player ever in his lives. And the amount of big sales that we make, we're a big small club. We're one of big small lads. But for the amount of money that we generate in sales and spend absolutely niche, it's genuinely embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just sad, man. It might go to Scotland, to be fair. In fact, no, it's not. He said it was a League One club. My hashtag source. But regardless, there's high chance that both Humphrys and Dunn, neither of them are playing for us next season. And yeah, we're going to get 5 million quid-ish for Dunn. Why do I look so sweat, to be fair? I've got a shiny head because it's just so warm in here. I mean, corner my room, you know, my windows over there, there's no... it's not good, man. Really ain't good. But yeah, it ain't good. It's just losing my head. Just losing my head. But, guys, I know we could protect... We might not lose either of them. I might be being pulled a plonker here big time. We might not lose either of them. Seriously. But we probably are going to do. And we might spend £1 million at max. If we get 5 million quid for Dunn, we might spend 1 at an absolute push. Because we're just embarrassing. It's not going to Huddersfield. When we look at other teams that have done very early business, teams that you would expect to be near top end of this league, and then you compare it to what we've done, say if we are to get Jed Steer and Sonny Bradley, which are very likely to happen now, if we get both of them in, where does that compare to some of the other sides that are going to be at top end of this division? Let's have a look. Huddersfield early doors have done a lot, haven't they? Like Ryan Ledson's a very, very good signing. Sean Rowan's a good signing. Arnis is a really, really good one, and Joe Lowe's a good signing. These are all good long term as well, in fairness, because there's resale value on them all. Even Marcus Arnis, he's not even 30 yet. Sean Rowan's going to have a lot. So is Joe Lowe. They're both they're not even at 25, either of them. So long term, you're going to be able to get big sales off them as well. But for the right here and now, which is the only thing that matters, in grand scheme of things, the only thing that matters is right here and now, Sonny Bradley is better than both of them defenders. Obviously, Ryan Ledson and Marcus Arnott are very good signings. You know what I mean? They're all very, very good signings. I'm not even gaslighting myself here. I'm not acting good. They're all very good signings. I'm admitting that in front of you right now. They're all very good signings. But Sonny Bradley is a better centre-back than both of these two centre-halves that Huddersfield have got. I will not hear any different. And I'd argue that Shepherd's better than them both as well. So, yes, they've done a lot very early. Huddersfield have. But I'm happy with what we've done so far. When you look at the other teams, let's have a look next. Luton, to be fair, Luton's is a little bit crazy. Like Savills nuts. Savills nuts. That Saville signing is very good. And Naismith, to be fair, from Bristol City. They're both knocking on. But you know what? I think there's two blueprints that you can follow if you're a side that's got any money in this division. And both of them went up in autos last season. Birmingham come and drop £30 million. There's very few teams in football pyramid that could ever do that, ever, throughout history. Very rare that anyone could ever do that. But on the other side of that, Wrexham come in. Yes, they reinforced a lot in January. They obviously bought Sam Smith. They're paying big wages. But they've gone down the route of getting championship players on free signings that are near the end of their career. And it's a constant merry-go-round of doing that. If Luton go for that same thing, I don't think they're a million miles off of these two signings to start with. I don't think they're a million miles off that to start with. George Saville and Naismith are very good players, especially Saville. He could have got a championship move easily. So I don't know why I'm like saying this, because I'm like just trying to gas Barnsley up, and Luton have done some mint signings. Regardless, Huddersfield's is good, but our defenders are better. I'm honestly, I'm not even bothered. Not even bothered, man. Not even bothered. Plymouth. That Ibrahim, to be fair, it's come from Hertha Berlin for 300 grand, allegedly is the price. We were at Croydon last season on loan. That's a really good player. A really good signing. Patterson's not going to be fit enough for half a season, but it's good to bring off bench. That Watts from Exeter, I think that's just to take piss out of Exeter, if anything. They've got him on a free. And that other lad for Aberdeen, no idea. So I'm not even convinced with that either. I mean, I'm not convinced with any of these. But Bolton, let's go back to that one. Bolton. Javier Simmons, decent player for Wickham. He's a top League One player, to be fair. That's fair enough. That Dolby from Wrexham, mate, he weren't good enough. He's further down at pecking order than Paul Mullin, who was a bottom 6 League One standard striker. So I'm not convinced there, and I have no idea who that lad is from St Mirren. I think, seriously, I know there's a lot of players doing some stuff early doors, but if we are to bring in Jed Steer, if our new back three as two centre-halves and as defender, what am I about, as two centre-halves and as keeper, has changed from what Gauchi or Smith or Flav or Slanina, any other million keepers that we had in this division, if we go to Jed Steer, Sonny Bradley and Jack Shepherd, as opposed to what we've had this season, I, for one, am very happy early doors without spending anything, and that is still a shit start as far as Barnsley are concerned. But I still think that is if decent. I'm gaslighting myself to new highs, honestly. Like, I've never been this deluded in my entire life. Stan, thank you very much for the £2, buddy. Do you reckon West Ham could go down this season? No, it'll be 3 that's gone up. Like I did the Brentford video earlier that I posted. Brentford look the most likely, but they'll still be at least 10 points clear. I don't think they'll even get close. West Ham have got Jared Bowen. End of the day, whatever like West Ham might have done season-wise this season, obviously they've not it acts that they should be doing, like pushing for Europe all the time. But they'll be, mate, Leeds have got nothing compared to West Ham. Absolutely nothing. So I think they'll all be fine. I appreciate it, Stan. Thank you very much. West Bromwich Albion vlogs. Do you want Devante Cole back? Do you want Devante Cole? Thank you for Callum Styles as the best left back in the Championship. I appreciate the 5, buddy. Thank you very much. No, I do not want Dave back. Seriously, Dunn is a million times the player of him. I think I'm better than Devante Cole. Has he scored for you this season? And as for Callum Styles, seriously, go back and look at anything I've ever said about Callum Styles. He's a cock, right? But at left back, very good player. He's always been a very good player at left back. He just liked to think that he was a midfielder most of the time, which he weren't. He's never been a midfielder in a million years. He's never good enough at middle. He's worse than I am. And I peaked at Sunday League. Literally never a midfielder in a million years. But for a left back, he's a serious player. I'll give him that one. Still a cock though. Thank you, West Bromwich Albion vlog, for the 5. Appreciate it. Look, he's back again. I got to ask. I'm an FC Den Bosch fan. Oh my god. Deutschland. But does Barnsley still have those stupid American owners? Greetings from the Netherlands. Brother, greetings back. Thank you for the €6. Added to your 11 earlier. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. We have still got them stupid owners. Like I said earlier, the consortium that bought Barnsley at the time were worth about £7 billion. We were worth more than... I know Bet365 obviously are the owners of Stoke, but with the overseeing company of Stoke, the net worth of them as opposed to Bet365, Barnsley's consortium were worth considerably more than anybody's in the EFL, which did consist of like Chenley and we had Chenley, who's a billionaire. We had Paul Conway, who's like obviously he's a Yank and he was part of it somehow. What else was there? Julianne Quay, she's an idiot. What else are there? And now Nirav, who's the main owner. I think he owns like 70% of something now. Another like Indian billionaire. How much you spending? Nish. But thank you. Look, thank you, buddy, for the 6. I appreciate it massively. Have I gone full delusion mode, boys? Probably. Guys, probably. I probably have. I have probably lost my head to new meanings. Being this high about actual pensioners on Zimmer frames as... Wow. The standards at Barnsley have honestly never been lower, ever in a million years. Like, never been lower. But like I said, the short term, this is good. And in fact, the short term's all that matters, man. Wait, so what, how old's Sonny Bradley? 33. And Jed Steer, 32. These are lads that are going to be here for 1-2 years max that can hopefully just come in, get us promoted, and then with the money that you get from being promoted, you can replace them players straight away. That's got to be the thinking here, because we've got a very young squad, and a lot of them are going to play. We're not going to spend a lot of money, as always, with these idiots in charge. So it's a very young core of this squad, with Flav, who's about 19, Shepherd's, 23, Gent's about 20, 21. You've got Bland in middle, who's 19, Jorgen Nathan's 19, Jallo's 19. Half of the lads are going to start with teen, or ending teen, the teen. You know what I mean? They're all young lads, so we need a little bit of experience around them anyway. I've got nothing on Phillips or Connell, nothing at all. Powdy O'Connor don't look like it's happening because obviously we're offering pittance out and someone else is going to offer more, so I doubt that's going to happen. Plus, like if we go back and look at it again, centre-halves wise, we've got too many. We're going to be playing 2 at back. We're going to play 4 at back. Obviously, Earl's going to start left back because of Jem being injured. But even if we bring another one in, there's going to be 6 of them. So we're not going to get another one because we can't offload some shit that we've got anyway. Sonny Bradley is a very good player for this level. I agree, Jim. Sonny Bradley is a very good player for this level. And so is Jed Steer. They're both very good players, man. Very good players. I for one, am happy with both. Must be said. Jacob Brown. Oh my God, you were from town. Appreciate it for the 2, mate. You should try Sandal 1 going a free transfer. Mate, it'll be on about 15 grand a week. There's no way in a bajillion years. It won't drop down to League 1 for a start. No chance. It'll go to a championship side and he'll probably get like 8 grand a week. There's just no way. There's no way that happens, respectfully. I appreciate it for £2 though, mate. I appreciate it massively, thank you. Dr. Mew, I recognise you from yesterday. Any thoughts on Town's new loan from Villa UTT? It were on loan at Shrewsbury, weren't it? I'm not going to lie, we can't have anything, you know. Huddersfield, I'd have thought with, Urian being manager now, and obviously played for Barnsley, and then he went to Villa, and we're giving him for a little bit of a deal because he only had 6 months left on his contract when he left. But there still gives like £1.5 million. But it was worth 10 at least at the time. We were best player in Championship. Playing at Villa, doing some coaching with Villa kids. Surely we, Barnsley, should be priority for some Villa loans. Obviously not. We can't have anything. Huddersfield coming, literally, Huddersfield take every living, breathing soul that Barnsley are linked with. It wouldn't surprise me if I end this live, I go on Twitter and Sonny Bradley signed for Huddersfield. It wouldn't surprise me in slightest. Would not surprise me in slightest. I think he's crap though, Dr. Mew. Thank you very much for the £2. Jensen, what do you think of Charlton's bid for Galbraith? I've not seen it, to be fair, since I've come on here. It must have happened in the last 40 minutes or something. I doubt, like, you've got to drop £2 million on him easy. You've got to be dropping £2 million on him. And, like, I don't know, mate, he's got a year left on his contract. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player. He'd be a really good player for Charlton. But how much money you got? Do you know what I mean? You've not got an unlimited money paid. If you're saying you've got like 3 million quid to spend probably. I know you can go and get decent free transfers. You can go and get Powdy O'Connor or something. But geez, to drop like 2/3 of probably what is going to be a transfer budget on one player is a big risk. Because if he gets injured, you're down instantly. It'd be a massive good player for him. It'd be a really good player for you. And obviously, it depends on your budget again. If you can get him, it's a really good signing. But I don't know. I think you should spread your money a little bit thinner, rather than going all in on like one big star to hopefully try and save you. Just my personal opinion, Jensen. But thank you for the £2, mate. TJ, thanks for €2, my friend. Talking about stag signings, that'll be on. Well, I'll do a transfer like roundup live, and probably not tomorrow. It might be Wednesday or something. It's Monday isn't it, today. It'll probably be on Wednesday, but I'll cover like the main ones that's happened then. But mate, if you get chuffing Stephen Humphries from us, I don't even know anymore. Honestly, €2. That's more than we've offered. That's probably more than we've offered him. But I appreciate it, TJ. Thank you very much, boys. Thank you as always for being here. I'm going for a meal. I'm going for a meal. Also, thank you to Match Bingo for sponsoring as always. Come on, guys. If you've been here for a bit now, you'd know. There's a link at top of the description. If you deposit £5, you get £10 free. It's like an alternative to gambling. It's 18 plus, of course. 18 plus and such. It's on for Club World Cup and that. I'm not watching it, but I might just dabble. Anyway. But yeah, boys, love you all. Kiss. Thank you as always for watching. Anybody that's donated, I appreciate it massively. There's been a few today. I appreciate it as always. You know I do. I'll be doing this for, mate, I'm going to do a Barnsley live every week for the rest of the time. And I'll obviously be doing like probably 2 transfer ones for the rest of the window. But I appreciate you all being here. Anybody that has donated, I appreciate it massively. Anybody that just sits and lurks if you're chatting, thank you as always for being here. Love you all. Kiss. And I'll see you in a bit. Absolute